Welcome to Midnight Mule FPL. I'm Midnight Mule and this is the video. It's kind of like a vlog series where I show you what my plans are for Game Week 12, the upcoming game week. But before we do that, let's see who did well in Game Week 11. Top scorer in the Midnight Mule Mini League for Game Week 11 was Teodone Edwin, sorry, no chance of getting that right, with 38 beats of White Horse, with 81 points, and that was with no chip. And that was managed with Captain Saka 24, Thiago 13, Henderson 9, Trossard 9, Cash 6, Marino 5, Fernandez 5, Haaland 4, Anderson 3, Senesi 2, Gakpo 1. And on the bench was Dubravka, Voltemade, Virgil and Goodmanson. So what's interesting with this team, I thought, was there's loads of differentials in here. That's a very non-template team. So I'm quite impressed with that. Certainly way braver than I would ever be. And at the top of our league, in 5th place, we have Nima Tabatabaei. And I tried that several times. I'm going to try it again. Nima Tabatabaei. Sorry. With Saka Rocks. In 4th place is Sashank Patel with Sony Hayes FC. Andre Bulbeck with Kuna Done It Better in 3rd. Nathan White with Mayan Bumo in 2nd. And top is Suma Bata with Kenai Kirkers. They managed 51 points with the bench boost. And that was with Saka 12, Captain Haaland 8, Anderson 3, Minte 3, Sarr 3, Senesi 2, Dubravka 2, Rodon 1, Gabriel 1, Timber 1, Semenyo 0, Pope 3. This is now what was on that bench. Enzo 3, Mateta 2, João Pedro 7. So at least they've got the bench boost out the way. At least they're top of our league. They're kind of the things that matter. As for me, I'm all the way down in 67th. I got 45 points. And I'm quite amused in a little way that my total points is 676 and I'm in 67th because it's just a nice little pattern. Nothing more than that. So I managed that score with Saka 12, Captain Haaland 8, Mbuemo 7, João Pedro 7, Pope 3, Mateta 2, Caicedo 2, Senesi 2, Gabriel 1, Van der Ven 1, Semenyo 0. Then on my bench was Dubravka 2, Gehi 0, Xhaka 3 and Aldrete 0. So, like most managers, I've now got several flagged players. Currently it's 3. That's Gabriel, who's looking extremely unlikely to play this weekend. Let's say he's not playing unless there's some sort of brinkmanship going on, some game thing. But basically he's not playing. He's probably out for 1 or 2 months. That's what we're hearing. And then Mark Gehi's flagged. But from what I can see from reports, even though he's not fully trained this game week, he's probably going to be fit to play. So I'm assuming he's playing. The other one's Semenyo, and he's the one I'm most expecting to play. But Gabriel, I need to reckon he's going to be out for the rest of the calendar year. He's obviously going to go down in value. But I'm kind of all right with my squad. But with Gabriel out, I'll have no Arsenal defenders. So transfers I'm thinking of doing. 1, I could sell Gabriel and I'd get 6.4 for him if I sold him. And I could swap him for simply Timber, Virgil van Dijk or Munoz. Now, Timber, I'd then have at least an Arsenal player at the back. So that's nice. But I'm not especially excited by Arsenal's upcoming fixtures. Virgil van Dijk, it looks like lots of people online, and experts in quotes, they're piling into Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool do have some very nice fixtures, and it looks like Becker, Alisson should be back. If not this game week, then certainly very soon. But even when he was playing before he got injured, they still weren't great defensively. So yes, he's nice, and if he becomes really popular, I'll probably have to get him. But I'm not completely sold on him. And then Muniz, very attacking, perfectly good player. Bit tempted by him. So those 3 have all been brought in quite a lot. And this year I'm interested in trying to get the popular players. So it would probably have to be one of those 3. But I kind of feel there's a reasonable risk whichever one I go for, they're going to blank this game week, and 1 or 2 of the other 2, they'll do well. And then supposing I got Virgil van Dijk, for example, and Timber Muniz does well, Virgil blanks, suddenly Virgil's ownership's going to go down, the other 2 are going to go up. So I am thinking I could actually leave it one more game week. Another thing I've considered is I could sell Pope and Gabriel to get Raya and Munoz. So Raya is the most highly owned player that I don't own. But the trouble is with this, over the next few game weeks, I actually think Pope could outscore Raya. And Raya is only ever really going to get 6 points anyway. So I've considered this, but I'm probably not going to do this. And at the moment, my most likely thing I'm going to do is simply roll my 2 transfers and next game week have 3. But I'll then have a much better idea what I want to do with my team. So assuming I don't roll, or rather assuming I do roll and don't make any transfers, the way my team's lining up is like this. So Haaland, he would get to wear the old mule hat. He'd be the captain. I know some people are saying, oh, should I go for Saka or Mateta or maybe somebody else, and Bumo or Salah? The reality is, there's no point. Apart from Haaland's going to be massively, of course, captain, so he's the safe choice. I just think he's a great player, and there's a reasonable chance he will be the highest scoring player of the main players this game week. So perfectly fine captaining him. Then I've still got Gabriel in here until we know he's definitely ruled out. And even when we do find out, if I keep him, I may just put him in my starting 11 in any case. But I'm assuming he's not really going to play. And then Semenyo at home to West Ham, João Pedro away to Burnley, Mateta away to Wolves, and Bremer at home to Everton, Senesi at home to West Ham. So Van de Ven away to Arsenal. I always plan to play him this game week because he's very highly owned around my rank. And if I think he's probably going to let in 3 goals, he might get 0 points, maybe -1. I just bench him. There's enough managers around my rank that I think are going to play him. And if he gets a return, that's really going to hurt me. And I do think he's a good player. He's got some attacking potential. So I'm actually all right playing him. And then Guehi away to Wolves, Saka at home to Spurs, and Pope at home to Man City. I'm not expecting a clean sheet there, but you never know. But over the next few game weeks, I think Newcastle's fixtures are actually okay defensively. And then on my bench, I got Dubravka at home to Chelsea, Caicedo away to Burnley, but presumably Gabriel's not going to be playing, which means Caicedo will be coming in. And then my 2 Sunderland boys, Xhaka and Alderete, they're away to Fulham. So there we have it. That's what happened in Game Week 11 and my plans for Game Week 12, which I currently think is most likely roll. There's a chance I swap Gabriel out, but I kind of feel I've got enough coverage. I don't need to do it this game week. And I just accept I'm going to lose a bit of money by waiting one more week. Very nice to have the FPL back. I hope you have a good game week. Thanks for anyone who watched this far. Thanks. Bye.